What is up, everybody? It is Rodak with Rodak's Revival here, and it is outdoor season, but you know I gotta get a little bit of my Supercross fix. So here today I am showing you guys a main event from the One One SMX Championship. So basically what these guys are doing, they are creating custom tracks, but they're like SMX style tracks. They're already like pre-rough, they have ruts in them. The Supercross is really crazy. There's multiple different lines. In this track specifically, there is 2 different sand sections. Like I said, there is multiple lines everywhere, and it's really cool because you're getting a little bit of that Supercross feel and some of that Super Motocross, that SMX feel as well. But the reason I wanted to show you guys this race today is because it did not go my way in the beginning of the race, and I had to fight. And when I say fight, I mean fight to get back to where I was. And when I say this is the angriest and most pissed off I have ever been at the end of a race, that is an understatement, because I was so angry at the end of this race. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I was going off in the call that I was in with D, and I was not happy about it. And I wanted to see what you guys thought about it. Should I have been mad? Should I have been mad at myself? I don't know, but I just want to jump into this race. I hope you guys enjoy it. You know how I'm going to do it, jump in and out here with the commentary, but let's hop into it. Alrighty guys, so here we are, main event time. Now to give you some context, I did come through in qualifying in like 5th or 6th place. I'll throw it up on the screen for you guys right there. So I'm like, all right, I could definitely top 5, maybe even podium this race, but like I said, you're just gonna have to see how this one goes and make sure you stick out there to the end, because the comeback is crazy, but what happens is even crazier. But here we are, off to a jump. Not the best jump of my life. I'm just gonna let up, a bunch of carnage going down. The biggest thing is I want to stay up on these first couple laps, hang with these top guys. Everything is looking good, and I decide to go for the triple, and I go barely off the side. Back tire slides out. Now I'm gonna try to get back onto the track right here, hit a tough block, go down again, then my bike gets hit, so I can't get back up, and it's just, yeah, what a good start. We were up in like the top 7, and now we're all the way back in like 15th or 16th. So we have a lot of work to do, but just try to get through as many guys as I can on these first couple laps to try to just get through the carnage as best as I can and try to get back up with those front guys, because I know I have the pace. I definitely know I have the pace. Everyone's trying to settle in. We are coming across the stripe in 12th place. Not where we want to be, especially with the start that we had, but we just got some work to do. This track was difficult, pretty difficult if I must say so myself, and I knew people were going to go down, so I'm just trying to stay up right here. Now we have 3 guys right in front of us, but if you see the next guy in line, he is riding the Suzuki. Stay on that guy for this lap. Just watch how he's riding, and yeah, it's all gonna start kind of with that guy. The whole downfall, if you must say. And there was a fast line right there, but that triple was hard, and that was like the only time I went for it in the main event, just because it was risky. And if you didn't get it, just ruined the whole section. But yeah, look, we got 3 guys right in front of us. This could put us all the way up to, what is that, 7th, 6th, somewhere around there. And I'm like, all right, we could still be in a good spot. Just need to get around these guys. I know I'm faster because I'm able to reel them in pretty quickly. And yeah, just watch, just watch. Typical MX bikes coming up right here. So he is all over the track. He's going left, he's going right. I don't know where this guy is really going. And he doesn't have the greatest ping either. So watch right here. I'm going to get a drive on him and I'm going to go up this inside. Now, I'm not going to take this guy out, but watch. The net code takes this guy out and takes me out. I wasn't hitting him, but then he comes back and he hits me. I don't know if he saw his front fender, but he comes back because I guess he was mad that I hit him. I go off the side. I can't get up the hill right there, so I have to turn around, go backwards on the track, then get back on, and now I'm in like 14th, 13th, somewhere around there. And right now, I'm looking like Cooper Webb in qualifying this past week. I am fuming under the helmet. I am so mad at this point, and yeah, just pay attention. Got 4 guys right in front of me. I'm like, all right, I can make some passes here. Nope, they're all gonna take each other out. I get collected in it, and then when I get back up, I get hit again, and I'm down again, and now we're losing another spot. So this has gone from decent to terrible to the worst possible case scenario. We are in the very back of the pack. Luckily, this is a 20 minute plus 2 lap main event. We have a lot of time, and right then I almost thought about raging, and I would just, my focus was, and I'm just gonna be completely real with you guys, my focus was, all I wanted to do was catch the guy on the Suzuki, and I wanted to take that guy out. I saw his name was Franco something. I'm like, I don't care what place I get, I just want to catch that guy and absolutely punt him into another stratosphere. That is where my mind is at, and that is what's driving me forward here. So yeah, that's all that's in my mind, just trying to put you guys in my own mind of what was going on right here. That was my only thought. I just wanted to take that guy out. And then I make that dumb mistake, and I don't even know where that came from. I guess I got on the gas too early and I looped it out. So I caught that guy for 10th place, and then I loop it out. So now we got to do all that work again, and this is just costing us more time for catching any more positions. And yeah, I'm not happy at this point. So it starts to look like I'm getting a little bit of a flow going, and then I just randomly front tuck there. I was taking that line every time during the race, and I just randomly front tuck there. So all the time I regained, I lost again. Again, losing toe with maybe another group of riders up there, and then I screw up this section, and right then at this point, I was like, you know what? I think I might quit. I think I might rage. You know how rare it is for me to rage, and I always tell you guys, quitting doesn't teach you anything, but I was like, you know what? Just stay up. But I bet you, I guarantee you, if I would have crashed on this very next lap and somewhere on the track, I probably would have rage quit. But I was like, you know what? What the damage is done. So all I want to do right now is I just want to try and go the rest of the race. Stop trying to run hot laps, because that's what I was trying to do. I was like so anxious to get back up there because I had a great qualifying time. Like I said, I could have easily gotten a top 5 in this race. And so I decided, I'm like, top 5 isn't happening. Throw that out of your brain. Just try to finish the entire race on 2 wheels. Do not have any more crashes the rest of the race. Just try to get into a flow, and wherever you end up is where you end up. And yeah, that's what I decided to do. That was the plan I decided to go with. We're about halfway, a little under halfway through this race, and I'm like, you know what? I can still see guys about 2 lanes ahead of me. I'm kind of in no man's land. I don't have anyone to push me. I know no one's gonna catch me because I'm way faster than the guys behind me. And the guy that I want to catch is like a whole lane ahead of me. So I'm like kind of in no man's land. It's kind of hard to chase a rabbit that you can't see, but like I said, I knew guys were gonna go down. The track was just getting way more difficult with the E-roads, so just try to stay up on 2 wheels, don't put her on the ground, and just see it through to the finish. Now, I thought this was the guy that took me out earlier. Unfortunately, it's just a lapper, and not gonna lie, with where my headspace was still at this point, I was still mad. I probably would have taken him out if I would have seen him at that point of the race. But we finally have a little bit of life. Someone goes down, and I know this is a position right in front of me, so we finally have a little life. We have someone to chase. I'm not just riding around in no man's land, and this is very good for me. Now, since there are so many switchback lanes on this track, I was kind of using that as a reference to kind of see where the guys were coming the other way on this triple to the right. And I don't see them. I see one person right there, another one going up the face, and then another one going up the face, and then this guy in front of me. So I'm like, all right, a lap ago, these guys were already going the other way. I'm definitely reeling them back in. They are coming back to me. Just stay consistent. Someone is going to go down right there, and that is going to be a position for us. And I'm like, all right, we finally have a position to try to battle for. Let's try to get this. And I can see that the other guys are even getting closer. So I'm like, all right, this is working out perfectly. I may be able to get back into like the top 7. And then I go and make this mistake, and I'm like, I screwed up the section, and now this guy and I are gonna battle like crazy. And you can see here that as much as I want to talk about taking people out and being pissed off and everything, even when I am angry, you can see that I am not a dirty rider. Just watch this exchange between me and this guy, and and as much as I like to talk, and there has been times where I have punted people on purpose, but you got to really push me far to go that way, because at this point, he's still inside of me, so I'm like, all right, just let him have the inside. And I had chances I could punt him too. We didn't punt each other, and like I said, I like to talk. And I will punt you if you annoy the hell out of me, but at this point, you know, it only takes me a lap or two to cool off unless I really have something out for you. He goes down, so I'm like, all right, that's gonna be a spot for us. Now let's not let him get past us, but I slip out on the finish line, and I gotta take a line I haven't taken all day in the whoops, and it's just a jump line. Luckily, I got it right, and it could have gone way worse, but we got it right. Now using my reference marker again, that guy's landing from the triple, and I don't see the other two guys. They're just hitting the triple, so I know I'm still catching them. I know we're running out of time in the race, though. We probably have like 4 or 5 laps if I had to guess at this point where my mind was at, and I'm like, all right, just keep it on 2 wheels. Maybe they'll take each other out. Maybe something crazy can happen. Use my reference point again, and they're not even at the triple yet. They're in the corner basically at that point. I'm like, all right, yes, we definitely got these 2 positions. They are going to come right back to me. And I saw when I came over that triple, the next guy in line is the guy that took me out earlier, and I'm like, what am I going to do? So now he is right in my sights, and at this point I'm thinking, do I want to just punt him or do I want to risk taking us both out? And I came to the conclusion that I really didn't want to take him out. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wanted to take this guy out, but with the amount of effort that I had put in just to see somebody again in this race when I was stuck in no man's land, I'm like, I'm not throwing it away because this guy wanted to be an idiot, and you can see he is all over the place. So all I wanted to do was get by him as quick as possible because his ping sucked. He sucked by hitting me earlier in the race, so I was pretty mad about that. But look, I could have easily punted him, but I decided against it. I decided against it because I knew I was faster and I was just gonna pass him straight up because I wanted more positions than this because I saw there was some up ahead. But look at this, still give him space, not being the bad guy. I'm just like, you know what, whatever. And he's gonna go down right here in this corner. And yeah, we're gonna get the pass made. I know he's not gonna catch me unless I crash because I'm just faster, just outright faster. And yeah, time to go chase down some more people. Now right here, it is unfortunate because I think, oh heck, someone crashed. I'm gonna get another position, but as I get closer, I realize this is a lapper, and then the lapper nearly takes me out without having awareness, and I hit him right there because I'm like, yo, bro, get out of the way. Like, I've pushed this hard. The other guys are right there, just going into the other lane. Like, let me through, and he did. So kudos to the lapper right there, but. We're on lap like 16. I think we ran, like I said, we ran 20 minutes plus 2 laps. So I think we were gonna probably do like 19 laps total on this track, and we just started lap 16 just now. So we probably have about 3-4 laps in my mind to get this done. Those two guys must have taken each other out because I see they're right there. Here's my chance. This is 7th and 8th right in front of me, and I'm like, man, maybe I can actually make this happen. We're gonna get by right there, and that's gonna put us into 8th, and 7th is just right in front of us. And he's gonna go down. That is going to be 7th place. And I'm like, hey, it's top 7 coming back from where I came back from, how far I was back, like halfway through the race. And those guys were like 2 whole lanes ahead of me. I rode consistent, but look at this. I miscalculated. The white flag is out. We have 1 lap to try to get this top 7. And if you guys don't see, top 6 is not out of the cards. He is right there in front of me. 1 mistake might not even be a crash. If he just makes a mistake in a rhythm section, we can go top 6. And at this point, I'm feeling pretty proud of myself because I'm like, we were back there. We were so far back, like 2, almost 3 lanes behind these guys just half of a race ago. And I stayed consistent, didn't crash for like 10 straight laps. And yeah, we rode really good, and all we got to do is try to hold it together from here on out, and we're steadily catching on 6th as well. But coming into this section, I hit this every single time the same way, and look how Paboso was just gonna screw me. I don't know what that was. It just took my front tire and just tried to drag me off the track. So we lose a position right there. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to get this back because I saw he was going outside. I'm gonna go inside like I always have. Now watch this. I stayed to the right. He cuts all the way over to the right. So I cut over to the left. He cuts back to the left, jumps on top of me. I lose that next position. And just like that, right before the finish line, right here, I go from 7th to 9th. And that is why I was absolutely fuming because the race already started off bad. We were in like 15th place. Then we were in like 11th and 10th for like 3/4 of the race, and I did all that work to get back to 7th place. Going into the last lap, I make the pass for 7th. And like I said, y'all could say that I need to be mad at myself for that crash that I had, but I genuinely don't believe that is my fault. We will replay it again. I just took that same line I'd always taken, far right on the whoops, just cut in at the last second, and for that reason, out of all 19 laps or whatever it was that we did, my front tire goes out right there, and the Baboso physics screw me. And like I said too, I was mad at this person. His name was Little, and I was not happy. This was like the first time I've ever been so mad in a race that I've actually DM'd somebody after the race, because I was like, bro, I can understand, like, you know, whatever, but to do the cross jumping thing, that just frustrated me, because like in my head, I'm like, he shouldn't have even had a chance to do that. But the Baboso physics, I believe, like I said, I don't think that was my fault. The Baboso physics screwed me. He was able to get back by, and I was all the way to the right, so he went all the way to the right, so I went all the way to the left, because then he ended up going all the way to the left and then takes me out, and then I lose 2 positions because of that. And after fighting that hard, I was just, oh man, I was so angry. Like I said, I was going off in the call that I was in, and like I DM'd him, and like we're all cool now because I knew who he was beforehand, but I was just so mad that I felt like I did all that for nothing. Like we got 9th place out of it, came back for a top 10, but to be that far back and to not quit and to just push through it and just to lose it on the last corner like that, just, oh man, it took me to another side that really this game doesn't take me to often. But yeah, I was not happy, but hope you guys enjoyed that. It was not a great race, but I thought, you know, it shows a little bit of my consistency is getting a little bit better when I put it there. I think we ran like 10, 11 laps right there without crashing, which is good. You know, it shows you that don't quit in this game. You learn a lot, but also at the same time, I figured you would like to see me have like a bad race every now and then, and not just post the decent races, and see me a race that really pissed me off in the moment. But hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.